Yo, what up? It's your boy Desolatra, aka Trent. Here's my thoughts on Sonic Frontiers after playing the game and beating it, which you can watch on my channel here at Desolatra. You also catch me live on Twitch, also at Desolatra. Anyway, so I'm going to get this out the way right now. Should you buy it? Yes. Don't think of it as you buying Sonic Frontiers, because despite the fact that I'm telling you to buy it, it does have some problems, some gameplay issues. Sonic's jump feels a little weird on certain levels, where you'll be trying to jump, it's hard to control it. His boost feels really sluggish in a lot of the cyberspace levels as well. Of course you have your open zone glitches too. I'm more than sure you can find some YouTubers. Watch Donkey's video, it's a great way to showcase all of the game's issues. But despite all those issues, I still think the foundation for future games that Sonic Frontiers set up is not only worth buying the game, but it's also worth investing in the future, which is how I think you should view it if you are unsure about buying this game for the game itself. Buy it as a way to invest in the next game. So, let me go ahead and talk about the open zones since I brought them up. Probably the most fun I've had in Sonic Frontiers is just exploring the open zones. Trying to level up Sonic's skill tree before I reach the next zone, or trying to get Sonic's defense and attack up and his speed up. Really just riveting stuff. The mini bosses they have out, while they're not necessarily super complex, and a lot of them are just easy to run through, they're still a good time. A lot of the bigger mini bosses here are a lot of fun to get through as well. Some more than others, but still a good time nonetheless. The open zones themselves, with the exception of World 3 and 4, are really fun to explore. 3 was just convoluted. I didn't like 3. 4 is just short. I feel like if 4 was a little bit longer, or 4 was in the same format as 1, 2, and 3, and 5, I'd like it more, but again, World 4 had a certain purpose it needed to fulfill, and I understand that. But all in all, the open zone format is probably, if not the best part of Sonic Frontiers. Can't say the same for the cyber zones. Cyber zones, right? No, whatchamacallit? Cyber something. Cyberspace. Fuck, I'm sorry. I'm wasting time. These in concept are great. The way they were written is really unique, and it makes a lot of sense when you find out why they are the way that they are. And for Sonic's case, it makes absolute sense. I just wish they were utilized in the way that they should have been. So, spoiler alert, the cyberspaces are meant to contain memories, and Sonic going through these levels, a lot of them may feel familiar when you come across certain ones. That's because they're Sonic's memories of places he's been and adventures he's had. I just wish that they were, instead of relying on Green Hills, Chemical Plant, Angel Island, and Cityscape, more direct with each one, because there are Green Hill, Chemical Plant, Angel Island, and Cityscape levels, but they're not all those things, and I feel like that's a missed opportunity on Sega's side. Hopefully the next game, should they try to do this again, they don't make that mistake again. They either do something original, or they go all out with the references. They don't hold back. They give you the full enchilada with it. Not just level layout, but level design as well. But all in all, the cyberspaces, while they're not perfect in execution, I'm pretty sure are really good on paper. And with the way this game is set up, I really think this is a that's a paper you can come back to and better execute. But to say the least that, you know, they didn't execute it well, it needs to be said. Because none of your skills that you learn in the open zones transfers over. And I'll be honest, it doesn't feel like any of the upgrades for speed transfer over either. Which is one of those gameplay downers I was talking about earlier. But still, I really like what they were trying to do, and I hope that in the next game they execute it better. What I did like that they did in this game was, story-wise, the character development was crazy in this game. Amy, Knuckles, and Tails, also Eggman. Amy and Tails telling Sonic that they want to break away from him and do their own thing, respectfully. Knuckles getting back to form, being the protector of the Master Emerald. Yes, I love obsessive Amy. I like a Tails that, while not necessarily cowardly, I would like, having somebody still, look up to Sonic, be like, that's cool. At least to me, it's wholesome that Tails is like, yeah, even though I'm brave, even I still get scared too. And I love a dumb, hot-headed Knuckles. I understand that those are concepts of, those are traits of characters that needed to be addressed and needed to be matured from. For Knuckles and Tails, this wasn't that hard, but for Amy, it was probably the biggest step in Amy's character. And then Eggman? Sage, as a character, was just an AI who then became personified. And her character development coincides with his character development as well. Because we see her go from just this cold AI who doesn't like Sonic because Eggman doesn't like Sonic to this AI who just wants to protect her father. We see Eggman, while not openly do it, reciprocate her feelings. And I think just the idea of growing as characters, I think that's reflected in the game as well. Growing and maturing to move forward. Because what I'm seeing, or from what I can understand, even if that's not really the case, is not only are the characters trying, or at least showcasing that they're moving on and becoming something better, learning from their past, learning from their past to be better in the future, and starting that in the present isn't. I already forgot what I was saying. Let me backtrack. The characters learning from their past to make a better future isn't just them developing as characters, or at the very least, it's not just for these characters, but it's also a way for Sonic Team to show fans that that's what they're trying to do as well through Sonic Frontiers. They're learning from their past to make a better future, and this is their start. Yeah, it's a bit rough. It's not a perfect way to just, it's not perfect change in pace, but it's a start. And I think that start is so important, especially for Sonic. because Sonic does change. I feel like this was the fact that Sonic doesn't have much character development. I feel like this was Sega's way of saying Sonic he's already who he says he is. Sonic doesn't need to mature. Sonic is at his best, right? Everyone else wasn't. Sonic was like, yeah, I'm not too worried. I'm not questioning myself. I don't need to wonder if I'm doing the right thing. I know I am. So despite the fact that Sonic Frontiers has such great character development, it also has what I'm calling character reassurance. Sometimes, even though you feel like you need to change, you don't. Maybe the change you experience isn't a personal one, but the changes around you are the ones that are affecting you as a person. Or the changes around you are what are changing you as a whole. You don't need to be told that you're brave. We already know you are. Or we don't need to be told that, or you don't need to go on this grand adventure to find yourself. You already know who you are. You don't need a purpose to follow. You're doing that. You don't need someone else to give you an emotional connection for you to care about them. You already have that. So for Sonic, he doesn't change much because he doesn't need to change. He ain't perfect, but he is who he says he is. So I'm pretty sure none of that makes sense, right? So I guess essentially what I'm trying to get down to, the nitty-gritty here, is Sonic Frontiers is Sega's way of saying, just like Sonic in the game, we are addressing our past, we're reliving our memories so that we can learn from them and make a better future. And this game ain't perfect, but it's a step in the right direction. And even though Sonic's gameplay may not change drastically, the changes around his gameplay may be just what he needs to make that first step. I hope that makes sense. If it doesn't, I'm sorry. Maybe you'll be able to interpret what I say in a different way. But TLDR, I really like this game. It's not perfect, but it's a step in the right direction for something better. What would have made this game perfect probably would have been a Chao Garden. Like, we're not finna act like there's not a whole line that Sonic brings it up. So Sonic team knew what the fuck they were doing. They just decided to fuck with us again. You know, I'm trying. All in all, I really think if you want to pay full price for this game, you won't be too disappointed. You'll be disappointed a little bit, but you won't be completely destroyed. And if you want to wait, hey, that's a good shout. This game may not be perfect, but it sets up a really bright future. And a hopeful one for all Sonic fans, you know. I know I'm hopeful. I'm cautiously optimistic, but that caution has been dialed back a bit. I feel like I can be a bit more reckless with my optimism, you know. Anyway, it's been your boy Desolate Trent, aka Trent. I want to try to get back into making videos. My life has kind of taken a drastic turn. I don't want to get into it, but hopefully I can try to find a pocket in my life to get back into making videos, even if it's just me uploading low effort content like this. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. I don't ask y'all to do this often, but if you liked the video, leave a like. If you want to subscribe to the channel to see more low effort content, Twitch VODs, and subscribe to the channel. As I stated before, it's been your boy, That's on the Trip, aka Trent, and I will see you all next time. Peace.